Welcome. I am Janice Polk, and we're here today on Outside the Box 2020, where we're talking with business owners and thought leaders about how the pandemic has affected their industry or their business. And today I have Kimberley Tucker, who is the owner of I Do Weddings Plus Events. And the wedding industry has certainly been turned upside down and upended. I know there were a lot of cancellations and postponements and that sort of thing. So thank you, Kimberley, for being here with us today. I appreciate your time. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me first just a little bit about what you do and where you do it.
Yes, so I am a wedding event planner. I am located centrally here in Florida. I'm also a wedding officiant. I've been a wedding officiant for 20 years here in Brevard County. And I'm located in Merritt Island. I have a storefront office.
Very nice, very nice. And you do beach weddings?
I do beach weddings. I love beach weddings. I do a lot of destination weddings in Cocoa Beach and in Melbourne Beach. Of course, we have a lot of the hotels and the barns and the country clubs. Those are our prime locations here.
Nice, nice. I love beach weddings. They're beautiful. I like to watch them. So tell me what's happening in your industry. I can only imagine, the nature of your business is large group gatherings. So obviously you've been affected. Tell me a little bit about how you've been affected.
Yeah, so the wedding industry is taking a hard hit here and everywhere else, with this pandemic. It went from, no crowds of 50 to 10. I think even at one point it might have even been 20. But, as a wedding, 10, that's just your bridal party alone. So, and now that we're at a stay at home and shelter in place, that it's become a little more difficult for our brides. It's very heartbreaking for them. They are canceling, they are postponing. We of course don't want them to cancel. They've worked really hard at scheduling their wedding and putting it all together. And it's their dream. Some of these brides have been working 1 year to 2 years on making all these plans. And overnight there's a pandemic and they're all affected. So we're trying to do everything. I'm trying to do everything that I can to postpone for them and just move their dates and try to get all the wedding pros or wedding professionals to move the dates with them as well. It's a lot of work to do that. It's contracts, it's payments, it's deposits, it's food, it's flowers. We had some that, that weekend, all the food is canceled, all the flowers are canceled. And we have professionals that are giving the food away to the public for free. We have some of the florists that have taken all of the orders and they have put out on their Facebook social media specials just to get rid of the flower orders so that they're not eating all of that as well. So there's just been so many people that have been affected, especially if you have a product, that was part of it. We have seamstresses that, they have to move the dates because it's such close contact with the bride to just even hem their dress for them. So it's every one of us wedding professionals, all the way from the DJs to the photographers to the videographers. So it's not just planners and officiants, it's all of us. And the brides, we're just doing what we can for them, for our couples, whether the brides, their grooms, just trying to be there for them and trying to show them that we care about them and that we're going to be with them through the long haul, and let's postpone it, let's move it, let's not cancel it if we can. However, in my business, I have had to cancel several. I've had just for the month of April, I had 3 from United Kingdom that had to cancel, 1 from California, 1 from New York. So that was 5 destination weddings just for my April.
Wow.
May is on the line. June and July are on the line. We'll see what happens with all of this. And that doesn't include the locals. I do a lot of destination weddings out on that beach. And
yeah, I tell you, I knew that the impact was deep, but to be quite honest with you, until what you just said, I didn't really take into effect like how many layers, layer upon layer upon layer that is affected because wedding, let's be honest, a wedding is a stressful event anyway. It's the happiest day of your life and and that sort of thing. But all the planning and the putting it together it's a high stress kind of thing. And so I can't even imagine. What are you doing? Are you doing a lot of like Zoom calls with your brides and your vendors, and to stay connected and work through all of this mess?
Yeah, so I'm now teaching my clients how to use Zoom.
Yeah.
Have options for other social media, avenues as in Skype and FaceTime and stuff, but Zoom seems to work the best. I'm even actually teaching some wedding professionals how to use Zoom so that they can do this with their clients as well.
Yeah.
This is a time and place right now where we need to just help each other and do what we can to make this fair for everybody, and just carry that sympathy and that empathy for everybody, and just make it happen with them. So I am doing a lot with Zoom. Email is unbelievable, the email. Text messaging is still happening, although I rather it be an email format so you have the documentation. But
I
Zoom
agree with that.
my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I agree with everything that you just said. In my business, I'm a PR consultant, trainer, and I help businesses maximize the efficiency of their advertising. And so I do a lot of work with a lot of different clients in different industries. And kind of my theme, if you will, right now is pivot together. We
I like
all pivot together to get through this thing. And I think for the most part, I think that the majority of people are doing that. And so that's reassuring. Do you see that in your industry?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I just finished a Zoom call with the Bridal Society, and Lori Hartwell is the CEO, founder of that, and it was a fantastic call. And it was pretty much the same thing, that you are saying about pivoting together. And this is working together and coming up with the creative ways to be there for our couples, but not only our couples, but all the wedding venues and the vendors and all of our wedding professionals, and to help each other out. Now is the time to do that. Now is not the time to be, it's all about me. That's not what this is about. Now we all need to pull together. There's no I in team, right? So it's a team effort. It takes a village to make this happen. And it takes all of us wedding professionals to stand together and do this together and help each other out so that we can rebound, and that we will be here when this pandemic is over, and we will be here for our couples, and we will be strong enough to carry our businesses through. That's my game plan. That's my goal. And that's where I'm moving forward with.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. I'm not surprised to hear that. You're a professional and always have been. And, on that note, you belong to a lot of different organizations and associations in the wedding industry. I know I've seen all of the different affiliations that you have on your website. Do you feel like they're doing a good job of coming together? Like you said, you just got off of a call with one of the associations you're a member of, and they're pulling together. Do you think, I call that my tribe. I'm a member of several different organizations myself, and those are my tribes. And tribes are really important right now. Are you feeling good about your tribes?
I do. I have to tell you that right now we were supposed to be at the David Tatera experience out of Orlando this year, and it has been postponed until August. However, David and Joey took it upon themselves to do a Zoom call with every one of us a couple days ago while we were supposed to be in Orlando. So now we are all on the Zoom call, rallying us all together so that we can be there to help each other and to network with each other and to see how we are all feeling. Is anybody grieving? Does anybody have the sadness? And how are we dealing with it? And how can we help each other and pull through? And what are our steps for the next couple weeks and the next couple months? What are we going to do with our business? Because the wedding industry will never be the same. It's going to look totally different. Are we prepared? And what are we doing to make that transition? So our tribes, our industry, professionals that are out there that we are working with, everybody is working together. It is fantastic. So yeah, we have a very tight-knit group, which is wonderful.
That is great. I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful. Well, Kimberly, you certainly have your plate full right now. My thoughts are with you and everyone in the wedding industry. I think that it is definitely one of many industries that's just kind of been dumped right out of the wheelbarrow. And I think about you often. I appreciate you spending time with us today. And maybe in a couple of weeks, we can come back and loop back around and see how things are going. And hopefully we're headed towards better days sooner rather than later. So thank you for your time.
I would love to do that. Thank you so much for having me on today. I totally appreciate it. And we will all get through this together.
Very good. All right. You take care.
Bye-bye.